Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Hello everyone and welcome to FrameForge. Today we're gonna be talking about what to do with these crazy ideas that you have in your big, beautiful brain, okay? Script writing. We're gonna write ourselves some scripts. We're gonna be discussing about where all these ideas come from and how to get it on paper, how to get inspired, how to deal with writer's block. So stay tuned, be good, stay away from me. Roll the intro. So you have this idea and you want to get it on paper ASAP. That's fantastic. That's great. That's good that you have that thought. But how do you format it? When you have it done and you showcase it to people and they read it and they're like, what is this? Why are you giving me this huge Bible text? Believe it or not, actually you probably believe it, there is a proper way of formatting your script that is industry standard. We're gonna be doing that. There's a website that does it for free called Writer's Duet. I use it all the time. So Writer's Duet is a website that I like to use when it comes about writing my own scripts. And why? It does everything for you. The only thing you really have to do is type and keep track of what you're doing. Everything is properly formatted and super easy to understand, which is why it's one of my favorites. Like, come on. Especially when it comes about writing, because when you write, you don't want to distract yourself or anything like that. You want to tune it. You want to put on your live stream of girl on desk listen to music. You want to put alpha wave channels on YouTube and listen to that while you're writing. Let's go on to getting everything in paper. But first, you need an idea. Let's write a fanfic about King K. Rool. Yeah, let's do that. So my desk is there, it's ready to go, so join me there. Let's go. Come on, hurry up. Hello and welcome to WriterDuet.com. We're not sponsored. You're probably wondering why my shirt has changed. Well, we're gonna start off by logging in our free sign up. It's 100% free. I'm gonna just log in since it already knows my computer and whatnot. It's probably gonna open something embarrassing. No, it did not. All right, cool. Before you wanna do anything, obviously you wanna go to File, New Project. It'll tell you everything from there. Just start a new project with me. And from there, well, we have all this cool stuff. We have File, Edit, Format, Share. There's a share feature for this. View, Tools, Reports, Docs, Revisions, Production, Customize, whatever. All these other cool things. But the key thing that I really want to show you here is format. So in Writer's Duet, there's plenty of formats here. Document templates, there is screenplay, stage play. If there's a way that you want to write, there it is. We're going to be focused on good old screenplay here. So screenplay, all right, cool. Let's look at what else they have. Again, just all these awesome tools. You can choose your fonts and whatnot. I usually don't touch fonts or anything like that because, well, everything is automatic already and you just want it as legible as possible. Another thing that you will want to do is go to title page right here under File. Click on that. Boom, it gives you the title page. Untitled, let's call it King K. Drools. Author by, do I really want to put my name on this? Alan Smithy. There you go, cool. Also over here, it is common to either leave your address, phone, or email there, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to get doxxed. My life is bad as it is. You just want to go Control S, save that, awesome. And from there, let's go to the default document, which is right there, cool. And let's start off with the scene. So there's a correct way of formatting the scene and Writer Duet just does it for you immediately. Let's make this interior. It just clicks automatically and gives you options too. Interior, exterior, I'm just gonna say interior, I'm gonna say King K Castle. And let's make that a, right here, after you add a dash and a space, it gives you day, night, continuous, later, moments later, and even morning, evening. You can really get super specific, but we're gonna say it's nighttime. You know, set the mood. As soon as you press this and you click on enter, it will immediately take you to action, automatically. In action, you wanna describe everything that is going on. That's what the action is all about. In action, you can describe the scene, who is in the scene, and what they're doing. Also, whenever you're first presenting a character in action, this could be any part of the script. You usually want to do it all in caps until, you know, the character is presented again. It's fine to leave it normal. But whenever somebody is first introduced in action, you always want to have it in all caps. It basically lets you know, hey, this person is new. So King K dot rule. Boom. I don't know what that's. Come on, it's a name, bro. Lays in bed with a picture frame in front of him. Please ignore all the misspells and whatnot. I'm not illiterate. I just don't care. The sounds of a nearby waterfall echoes through out the cave. I'm gonna just put K rule is illuminated by a soft blue. I want to say cyan. Cyan. The rest of the... What are they? Kremlins? They're called Kremlins, right? Yeah, they're Kremlin. Wait, that's not a Kremlin? Yeah, okay, so they are called Kremlins. Look at these guys. Look at my boy. If I saw anybody pointing at me like that, instant alpha. Now that we have our action, usually actions tend to be a lot longer than this, depending on how, you know, in detail you want to be. But usually, you don't want it to surpass more than 4 lines. This creates a giant wall that will make it seem tedious to read and just hard to go through, and that's understandable. Nobody wants to read something like that. Some people just go over it. Some people just don't care. They'll just write a 20-line action, which is completely fine, especially with some scenes that have a lot of action. But usually you want to space it out. There's nothing wrong by adding another 4 lines right underneath it if it's described as an action. So my action is done. Let's get some discussion here. Let's get a little bit of a talking here. So just press tab, boom, it goes to character. Automatically goes to character. From there, write in your character. King K rule. Boom, you enter, immediately goes to dialogue. Simple, so simple. Since he's looking at a picture, let's not showcase that first. That can be our next action. That foolish ape ruined my plans to capture. What was it? What's it called? Was it the crystal coconut in that really crappy show? It was a crystal coconut, wasn't it? So immediately, as soon as you press enter, it just goes back to action. It assumes after each piece of dialogue, your character is going to be doing something or is about to do something. That's easily correct. For example, let's say that King K rule was in a room with somebody else and it goes straight to action. Well, easy to fix. Press tab, goes to character immediately. King K rule places his hand on the picture and swipes down, revealing Donkey Kong. This is awful. I'm gonna get blacklisted. Okay, so let's press enter. Let's go back to our character, King. Also, it saves your characters. Boom, isn't this useful? Once you go through 20 characters and you just go back to, you know, you want to write in a character, they're about to talk and you're about to make sure it's him or them, boom, it gives you an entire list. It gives you an entire list. What do you, come on, it's so easy. So King K rule, boom. You just have to press enter again. There it is, continued. If only he knew that it wasn't the coconut that I am after, but an entirely different nut. Can I say that? King K rule places the picture down on the nightstand facing his bed. The picture sits next to other candid photographs of Donkey Kong. King again! Donkey Kong, okay. King K rule lays in bed and turns to stare at the picture as he falls asleep. So as he's falling asleep, let's add a transition. So press tab twice or just go over here and click on transition, and it has a plethora of different ways to transition. So there's cut to, fade in, fade to, fade out, dissolve to, back to, match cut to, jump cut, fade. It has just everything. Let's do a dissolve to, dink, and as soon as it does that, it takes you to a completely different scene. Exterior, let's make it a beach. I'll say King K. Rool opens his eyes. In front of him, there is a beach. The sounds of the waves splashing and seagulls fills the air. Boom. So as you press tab, let's go back into character. King K. Rool, he says perfection. But if only ... Boom! A string of water hits King K. Rool on his back. King K. Rool turns to see why who dares to disturb my... Boom! He gets cut off in front of King K. Rool. Donkey Kong walks towards him. Donkey Kong is holding a water gun and the crystal coconut. We all know what King K. Rool really wants. Donkey Kong is wearing a red Speedo. There we go. Donkey Kong. Hey there. What would he say? So whenever you're writing for a character that you did not create, it's kind of hard to, like put yourself there. What would they say? What would they do? Whatever. But since this is a fanfic, and let's admit it, fanfics are just trashy as they are, you can really make them say whatever you want. But when it comes about your own scripts and your own ideas and your own characters, what I really like to do is to really place myself in their shoes, I want to say. If I have more than one character, really, I'll actually make character sheets for them. A character sheet is a template where, you write down their name, their bio, what makes your character a character, how they grew up, what's their favorite food. And this can get really monotonous and really detailed depending on how far you want to go. Hey there, big boy. Looking for this? Donkey Kong holds up the crystal coconut in the air. Or were you looking for something else? What am I doing? What is this? What is this? I have zero experience in writing these kind of things. I'm just doing it for the giggles. Are you giggling? King K. Rool is stunned by what he sees. Well, I was just standing here. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong steps up close and places his hand on King K. Rool's big belly. This guy says something different. Whew. Oh my god. DK slaps King K. Rool's belly. Alright, and from there, let's just end it already. I'm sick of it. Cut to credits. Boom, and that's it. Okay, so now that you've written your cringy story with King K. Rool and Donkey Kong, from there you can just do whatever you want. You go to File, boom. From there you can go to Export, boom. Now you have a PDF of your project. Another great feature is that if you share this with a friend by going here, you go to share and you can have another member join you and whatnot. They can add little sticky notes to certain scenes or to certain parts and say, hey, this doesn't make any sense, or anything really, or even congratulating you on stuff. Hello, my name is Alan Daniels. And today we'll be reading a script written by Alan Smithy. King K drools. Interior, King K Castle, night. King K. Rool lies in bed with a picture framed in front of him. The sounds of a nearby waterfall echoes throughout the cave. It is late at night, and King K. Rool is illuminated by a soft cyan light. That foolish ape ruined my plans to capture the crystal coconut for the last time. King K. Rool places his hand on the picture and swipes down, revealing Donkey Kong. If only he knew it wasn't the coconut that I'm after, but an entirely different nut. King K. Rool places the picture down on the nightstand facing his bed. The picture sits next to other candid photographs of Donkey Kong. King K. Rool lies in bed and turns to stare at the picture as he falls asleep. Dissolve to exterior beach day. King K. Rool opens his eyes. In front of him, there is a beach. The sounds of the waves splashing and seagulls fill the air. Perfection. But only if... What? My typos are awful. A string of water hits King K. Rool on his back. King K. Rool turns to see. Who dares to disturb my... In front of King K. Rool, Donkey Kong walks towards him. Donkey Kong is holding a water gun and the crystal coconut. Donkey Kong is wearing a red Speedo. Hey there, big boy. Looking for this? Donkey Kong holds up the crystal coconut in the air. Or you looking for something else? King K. Rool is stunned by what he sees. Well, I mean, I was just standing here. Donkey Kong steps up close to King K. Rool and places his hand on King K. Rool's big belly. Well, this guy says something different. DK slaps King K. Rool's belly. The slap echoes as King K. Rool blushes. Donkey Kong reaches in for... Sorry. Donkey Kong reaches in for a forced kiss. King K. Rool shamefully abides. Slam to interior King K. Rool's castle day. A Kremlin bursts into King K. Rool's room. The Kremlin is gasping for air and seems to be extremely tired. King K. Rool jumps and tries to cover himself with a blanket. My king! Donkey Kong and his small yet surprisingly talented friend Diddy Kong have broken into the castle walls. The blasted ape dares to enter my domain unannounced. He will pay. Now go and buy me time. I'll be waiting in the throne room with my gun. Fade to credits. That's a disaster. I wrote this. Can you believe it?
Like and subscribe.
Christ almighty.
Oh my god.
Well, there you have it. That's Writer's Duet, one of my favorite programs that I've ever worked with. It helps me out. Also, my lighting changed. Don't worry about that. This isn't 2 weeks out.
Stop. No.
Sorry. But anyways, Writer's Duet is a free program. Take advantage of this. Please. It does everything for you. Also, next week, hey, we plan on having a special guest, a writer that I've worked with many times before. Quite frankly, he's just great and has a lot more to talk about when it comes about getting inspired, getting your work done, and also dealing with writer's blocks and criticism that you will receive. Check out Writer's Duet. It's on our links below. Also, if you learned something in this video, give me a like. Hey, why not? Can you write a better thing about King K. Rool? About a big green crocodilian falling in love with an ape monkey? Prove it. I want to see it, please. Dislike it if you didn't like it. Tell us why. Also, please subscribe. Guys, we have videos coming out the wazoo constantly about subjects. Also, please comment below. I'm constantly responding to those. I love interacting with y'all, so please bring it on. I want to see it. I want to read from you. I want to speak to you directly. You know who I'm talking about? Patrick Trees. What's his name?
Three Smoke Patrick.
Yeah, Three Smoke Patrick.
So good.
My man, Three Smoke.
Three Smoke Patrick, spicy animation.
Spicy animations. We got you, dog. See you next week.